Hello friends, it's Wednesday currently, about in the middle of the day, and I thought why not start a vlog this week. I am currently proofreading a manuscript. I have 40, or should I do 40 pages to proofread today. And I have a few other work-related things, but mostly I should be done by 5 o'clock tonight, which, yeah. I've been working a lot, but this week I've been trying to just kind of stay on top of things and take it easy. So I'm hoping that I'll have time to do some chores after work and listen to my audiobook. I'm currently still listening to Crooked Kingdom. I kind of put it on pause for a little bit, if I'm being honest. It's a difficult book to get into in the audiobook, not because the narrator is bad, but because it's just such an in-depth world. I have a hard time listening to in-depth fantasy stories on audio, but I know that if I don't listen to it, I won't physically read it because I just have too much going on. I'm in the middle of too many books. So it's really my only option. I'm also listening to Matilda by Roald Dahl, and it's narrated by Kate Winslet, and it is the best audiobook to listen to ever. It's about 4 hours long, so I wanted to go ahead and knock it out for middle grade March. And I hadn't read Matilda in so long. It's just so, it just gives you those warm, fuzzy vibes, and it's so hilarious the way Kate Winslet narrates it. She does such a fabulous job. So anyway, I'm hoping to finish that one today while I fold laundry and work on the house. And then I really still need to read The Secret Garden. I haven't finished it. I kind of stopped it when I read The Girl Who Drank the Moon. So I want to go ahead and wrap that up so that I can start Furthermore by Tahereh Mafi, because I really want to get to that one. So come along with me, friends. We will have another reading journey. Computer, play audiobook.
Getting a book from Molly's Audible library. Resuming Matilda.
And why? Is there a baked bean on the front of your shirt?
We haven't done that. You're not gonna look at me. Are you angry? You're so pretty. Why are you being camera shy? Okay, see you later. Hey everybody, it's Friday. So thankful it's Friday. I haven't checked in. I think the last time I vlogged was on Wednesday, maybe in the mid-afternoon. So I thought I would just check in and let you guys know what I've been up to. Wednesday night, I didn't get much reading done. I pretty much worked and then went to get Mexican food with some friends. And it's such a sweet time whenever we do this. We do it a lot. It's like this secret place that has specials on margaritas and beer, and it's just a really good time and it's amazing. And then Wednesday night, I think I may have read a little bit, but just to catch you guys up, yesterday I finally finished The Secret Garden, which I've been reading all of March. I set it aside when I was about halfway done to read The Girl Who Drank the Moon and to listen to Matilda on Audible, which I finished 2 days ago. So on Wednesday, I guess that's what I did on Wednesday night, I listened to Matilda. Such a good audiobook. It's narrated by Kate Winslet. I think I said that already, but it was just so well done. My cats are fighting in the background, so you can probably hear Scout growling. What are you doing? I really enjoyed The Secret Garden. It just gave me all the warm, fuzzy feelings, and it honestly made me so excited about spring. I think I knew this was a transformation story. I knew that the main character Mary goes through a transformation in that the readers really start to root for her and fall in love with her as a character. But I had forgotten just how transformative Colin's story was too. And just the transformation of the garden from death to life. It's just so beautiful. I will say I felt like it's more fast moving in the first half of the book, in my opinion, but that could have just been like life circumstances for me. I still feel like I understand why this is such a classic, and I understand why people love this book so much. And I understand why I loved it as a kid. So now I'm officially going to start on Furthermore by Tahereh Mafi, which I've talked about quite a bit, and I posted a picture on Instagram like a week ago, and I still have not picked it up, so I'm excited to finally get to it. I didn't want to start it while I was reading The Secret Garden still, because I knew I wouldn't put this down. I know I'm gonna love this. Or sorry, I knew that I wouldn't be able to put this one down to finish this one, because I just have a strong feeling that I'm gonna love it. Everything I know about it, just the whimsical, fun, adventurous story that it is, that it's magical. I don't know, I think I'm gonna really enjoy it. So anyway, I downloaded this new app, and this is not an ad, or this video is not sponsored in any way, but Katie from Life Between Words told me about it, and I think it's called Bookly, and it's basically a reading app where you can record your reading sessions and kind of figure out how fast you read or what your reading habits are. It's kind of like a way to gain statistics about your reading life, so that you can improve or make adjustments. I don't really know that much about it, to be honest, but I'm excited to get into it and see if it works for me. I'm a pretty sporadic reader. Most of you know that I'm a mood reader. So sometimes I pick up a book and read for 10 minutes, put it down for 20 minutes, pick it up again. That being said, I just don't know if this app is gonna work for me. I don't normally sit down for intentional reading sessions, but I'm gonna give it a try and see if it's something that I enjoy doing. Katie told me about that app, and she said she didn't feel like it worked for her because she's a mom and she's constantly taking care of her little ones. So it's not a super accurate portrayal of her reading speed, because I guess you like log your reading sessions. So anyway, I'm curious about it. We're gonna give it a go since I'm officially starting a new book, and I will keep you guys posted. But for the rest of the day, I have work still. I have a lot to do around the house, and then I'm going to my friend's house for dinner tonight. It's kind of like a Bible study dinner thing that we do about once a month, and it's really gonna be a lot of fun. Oh, I should also note that I don't know if you guys do this, but I've started doing this with the books I read, where I just put tabs about every like 50 pages or so. Whoops, and they're falling down. Just so I can gauge like how many days I feel like it'll take me. Again, I'm not the most reliable in this sense. Like it's not the most accurate way to figure that out, but it helps me mentally wrap my head around the idea of reading a book in like 5 days or 7 days, because I'm such a slow reader and I normally read like 5 books at one time. So reading a book a week is not something I normally do. But I've started setting aside like 30 or 50 pages just to remind myself that I can read 50 pages a day. It's not that hard to do when life isn't so busy. He doesn't want to be in the frame like at all. Guys, look how big he is. Can't believe it. And waffles. We're at NC State. We're walking around the campus. This is where Aaron and I went to school, and we're feeling old and nostalgic.
Everything's different.
what you're standing on.
So this is the 4-square court that's put in to the brickwork. You can see it.
It's really subtle now.
Yeah, as it's aged, it's gotten a little bit more subtle. This was put in by or petitioned to put in by our group of friends who met here and played 4-square every week.
Every week they played Foursquare, and now it's a part of the campus. Left their mark.
That's the King Square, obviously. Little crown. Go Wolfpack.
My sister stayed in this dorm, and I stayed in that dorm freshman year, and Aaron stayed in that dorm freshman year. We met when we were 18. The atrium, well, is the atrium where you can get food, and Aaron and I met there when we were 18.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them what happened when we met? Because I don't remember it.
Yeah, so over there where all the tables are, I think there were a bunch of people hanging out, and I was with one of my friends who knew Molly and her group of friends, and I think Molly was standing on top of a table and jumping up and down, squealing pretty excitedly because she was going to a Regina Spektor concert that night.
I just found out I got tickets.
And so I met her, but she didn't actually remember meeting me because of the excitement.
And you thought I was crazy.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Still do.
Yep. Does anyone else love big, cozy sweatshirts? I purposefully got a huge sweatshirt because I love to be cozy in a big sweatshirt. Okay, please ignore what's going on here. It's about 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and Zoe and I are just hanging out. I've been reading Furthermore by Tahereh Mafi. Okay, bye. I'm loving this book so much. I'm only 80 pages in, but it's just so perfect. It's exactly what I was looking for. It's exactly what I love in a middle grade book. I knew I was gonna fall in love with this book. And I've been using the app Bookly and really loving it. It just helps me be more intentional about sitting down and reading, and kind of when my mind starts to wander, or I put the book down for a little bit, or, you know, pay attention to my cat or look outside the window, it just kind of, just remembering that I'm timing my reading sessions helps me go back to the page because I want it to be as accurate as possible. So I've actually been getting a good amount of reading done this afternoon, and I'm hoping to at least read 20 more pages before I take a significant break. But I did want to read, the main reason I love this book so far is it's so colorful, it's so vivid, and the world is quite literally all about magic and color. They've kind of built a currency of color in her town, in Alice's town, the main character. So I wanted to read a little excerpt just to kind of show you what her town is like. None of this is spoilery, it's just descriptive. The buildings in town seemed understandably magicked together, strokes of a paintbrush licking them into being. Swirls and swirls of color had been swept together by a careful artist. Colors melted up walls and rushed down doors. Orange and lavender swirling into a plump onion of a roof that sat snugly upon a structure painted gold. This was the health house, green and yellow tangled with sapphire and silver to create a colorful dollop of a dome atop the schoolhouse. Strokes of flaming blue and rosy white were slicked together like an upside-down ice cream cone. This, the roof of the mint-colored courthouse. In this light, Farronwood looked delicious. And I also love, further down on the page, is kind of like a little bit of a creation narrative to this world. When their world was built, it was so breathtakingly beautiful, so rich and colorful. The sky wept for 100 years. Tears of great joy and grief flooded the earth, fissuring it apart, and in the process, creating rivers and lakes and oceans that still exist today. There was joy for the beauty, but great sadness too. Sadness that no one was around to appreciate the majesty of it all. And so, as the story goes, Farinwood folk were born from the tears that watered the earth and grew them into being. I love that so much. I also really am enjoying Tahereh Mafi's narration because it's written in third person. We're very much so in Alice's point of view, but every now and then the author will kind of insert herself, and normally this really bothers me in books. It has to be done really well for me to like that. But she has just the right personality and the right voice to make it work. Kind of like she's unfolding this story of Farinwood and Alice to a group of people who are very much so outside of the story. And she herself was once an outsider and is kind of trying to invite the reader in. And it just works. It really works. And I'm excited to see where it's going. It definitely gives me the Nevermore vibes, which is funny because it's Furthermore and Nevermore. Nevermore had a trial that was really competitive. It had a competition element to the story that was a major part of the story, and there seems to be a competition in Furthermore as well called The Surrender, which I'm sure I'll have more thoughts on later, but I just wanted to stop and kind of share that I'm really enjoying this book so far.
By the time she was 4, Matilda had read every magazine in the house. The next morning, after her parents left, Matilda set off in search of a book.
Hello everybody, it's like 12:40 and Aaron and I are about to leave Raleigh to go see my sister because our niece just turned 1 today and we're going to her birthday party. Aaron's filling up on gas right now, and so I just thought I'd take a moment to vlog about it. I'm excited to see her. I cannot believe that she's 1 year old. She's literally the cutest little girl ever, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Oh, I did want to mention we actually got her this book, What Aunts Do Best, and then on the flip side is What Uncles Do Best, and it's just a really cute picture book. It's meant to be for kids older, probably like 2 to 3 years old, and she's only turning 1, so it's definitely going to be one she'll hold on to probably for a while before she actually reads it. But every time I see this baby girl, I gotta get her some books, you know? Also, wanted to say that I am exactly 150 pages into Furthermore. I'm loving this book. The more and more I get into it, I'm really enjoying it. And the more and more I get into it, the more I'm realizing it really is similar to Nevermore. And the names are so similar. It's just crazy.
That's how they. That's
Yay!
Is it good?
She likes to drop.
Hey everyone, so I finished Furthermore by Tahereh Mafi, and it was just so good. I loved it and I had to talk about it. So I may have mentioned this already, but this is a book about a girl named Alice Alexis Queensmeadow, I believe, and she's 12 years old. She lives in a world called Farinwood, and it is a magical world just full of color and magic. The story kind of takes place right before an event called The Surrender, and this is an event where other kids around, I think, Alice's age submit a gift or a very specific type of magic that they have, because everyone in Farinwood has a specific gift or type of magic. And it's kind of a competition of sorts, and whoever wins gets to, okay, that's my cat right now. And whoever wins receives or gets assigned a very specific kind of task. And these are very important in the society. And they mean a lot. It places a lot of value on these young individuals. And so all I'm going to say is things don't really go according to plan for Alice. And she ends up going on an adventure with a boy named Oliver, and they travel to a mystical and very dangerous world called Furthermore, in search of her father, who disappeared 3 years previously. So that's kind of all you need to know jumping into it. It's really a sweet adventure story, and it truly is very whimsical. It's just silly. Like, the language is just silly, and I really fell in love with the magical worlds that she created. At times it did feel maybe like she was trying to be extra whimsical, and in those moments I wasn't completely drawn in. And I know I keep comparing it to Nevermore. Why can I not remember the names of these books? Furthermore and Nevermore. But Nevermore was, for me, it maybe didn't have quite the extensive world building that Furthermore has. Furthermore just has incredible history. Like, you feel like you're really steeped in the world, and that there was this amazing history before the current storyline. We don't really get that with Nevermore, but with Nevermore, I did not want to put that book down. Like, I was so ready to know what was going to happen. And so I'm definitely going to pick up the second book of Nevermore. With this book, I'm definitely going to pick up the second book. When I finished the book, I don't know, I wasn't really reaching for the second one as much as I was with Nevermore. But that said, I really did enjoy it, and I would recommend it for anyone who loves middle grade books and loves a good whimsical, magical story. I really loved the message and the themes in this book. They were really sweet, all about acceptance. She even touches on race a little bit, and family love and loss. At times it did feel a little overly didactic maybe, but that's not that surprising with a middle grade. And I feel like her writing style, it never felt out of place. It felt like it really kind of went with Tahereh Mafi's writing style, if that makes sense. And I still felt like parts of the world building were so original. Like, it almost took me a while to just wrap my head around some of the things that, some of the images that she was creating for the reader. And I really, really loved the friendship dynamic between Alice and Oliver. I also really loved the characters of Furthermore that we ran into. Some of them were incredibly interesting, and I felt like I just wanted to see more of them. But those characters were often kind of like a pit stop on their journey. And so I'm hoping that we see more of them in the second book, because honestly, the Furthermore characters were more interesting to me at times than Oliver and Alice even. But even so, you just root for Alice from the beginning. She's just a really lovable character. And you just, I don't know, you want to see her succeed, and you want to see her grow. Like I said about, you know, not necessarily reaching for the second book, I felt like that partly had to do with the fact that the ending to me felt like it happened too quickly. It didn't really blow me away. And so I guess that's really my only criticism of the book, but I did really enjoy it, and I understand the hype around this book. Since this reading vlog is already crazy long, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. So thank you so much for watching. But before you go, I did want to say, if you follow me over on Instagram at Molly Reads, tomorrow night, so today this video is going up on a Monday, fingers crossed. So tomorrow night, Tuesday, April 3rd at 9:30 EST, Katie from Life Between Words and I are going to be hosting a live show over on my Instagram account, Molly Reads. And we're just, basically, we've been wanting to do this for a while, and because we're bookish friends, why not have a live show? We're just gonna chat, talk about bookish things, have a little bit of a Q&A. So come with questions, come ready to discuss what books you're reading. We'd love to have you over there. And we're also going to have a fun, really exciting announcement, so you don't want to miss it. Again, tomorrow, Tuesday, April 3rd, 9:30 EST at Molly Reads. Don't miss it. All right, that's all I've got for you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.